Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ellen Webb, and I'm the Vice President of Shopper Analytics and Insights for PepsiCo North America. I lead a cross-functional team focused on understanding shopper behavior and translating those insights into action across the omni-channel landscape, spanning retail, e-commerce, and away from home. When I stepped into this role, I knew that we had to work smarter, not just because of the volume of work that we handle, but because of the stakes. Our team influences multi-million-dollar business decisions on a daily basis, and the only way to operate at that level is with clarity, consistency, and collaboration. But the reality that I walked into looked very different. We had dozens of workflows scattered across spreadsheets, Notepad, inboxes, and even memory. With projects flying in from every direction and no shared system, we had no way to see the full picture, to track team bandwidth, or even explain our value. In today's operating environment, it's volatile, it's uncertain, it's ambiguous, and it's complex. And it's expected to remain that way for the foreseeable future. And in an industry where agility is a major key to success, Monday Work Management has given us the visibility, alignment, and speed that we need to be successful. So today, I'm going to walk you through how Monday Work Management has enabled us to cut low-impact work, hit critical deadlines, and give our teams the clarity to move faster and prioritize smarter. But first, let me give you some background and context about my team and the work that we do. Of course, we're most known for our Pepsi products, but that's just scratching the surface of our portfolio. On the beverage side, we manage other brands like Mountain Dew, Starbucks Ready to Drink, so anything that's in a bottle or a can, Gatorade, Propel, and our most recent addition, Poppi. On the food side, we have everything from Lay's, Cheetos, and Doritos to Siete, Quaker, and Life cereal. It is a large and complex portfolio. And each category and brand comes with its own dynamics, retail strategy, and execution playbook. But amidst that complexity, most simply put, our job is to make sure that the right product is at the right place at the right time, which is not as simple as it might seem. And because we work with some of the largest retailers in the world, we're not just delivering products, but we're also strategic thought partners. Our team is expected to bring insights that help grow not just PepsiCo's share, but grow entire product categories in partnership with our retailers. It's a high-volume, high-impact space. And we don't just serve consumers, we serve retailers and shoppers as well. And we needed a way to keep up with that speed and complexity. So for every bag of snacks or bottle of soda that hits a shelf, there's a web of research, planning, testing, and negotiation behind it. Multiply that across thousands of items, retail partners, and stores, and the complexity, it adds up fast. Take, for example, one of America's favorite snacks, Cheetos. Determining the placement of a new Cheetos flavor across the US might involve multiple work streams across many teams and many weeks. Before Monday Work Management, all of these work streams lived in a mix of spreadsheets, notepads, PowerPoint decks, and some good intentions. We had no way to manage this or make trade-offs. And if we got something wrong, millions of people, yourselves included, may have been deprived of a groundbreaking Cheetos flavor. And if I could ask for a quick show of hands, how many of you have ever had multiple people unknowingly working on the same request just because someone CC'd half the team on an email? Or, worse yet, sent 5 separate emails? Yeah, that's what I thought. So you're not alone. You're in good company. And this is something that we encountered quite often without a shared intake process. Duplication was inevitable. And even more challenging, our team is incredibly humble. People just quietly delivered in the blurry backgrounds without broadcasting their value. And this is great culturally, but really tough when you're trying to secure resources, advocate for headcount, or tell a compelling story up the chain. And the team's fingerprints, they were everywhere. But as you know, fingerprints are invisible. And if it's a challenge to demonstrate the value of an input to strategic decisions around one brand, imagine how hard it was to demonstrate value at scale. We didn't just need structure. We needed visibility and a shift in behavior. So when we brought in Monday Work Management, it wasn't simply to help us track work. It was to help us change how we worked. The first move was to pilot the platform within my team. And we didn't start with grand ambitions. We took a page out of our Insights playbook and started with a clear problem to solve. We built shared intake process using Monday Work Forms that required stakeholders to submit requests through a centralized hub. That tiny little bit of friction turned out to be transformational. It forced clarity. If someone couldn't take 5 minutes to fill out a form, we knew that that request was not worth 5 hours, or worse yet, 5 weeks of our team's time. We estimate that this added step reduced noise by nearly 20%. This shift alone gave us some immediate wins. Requests became more focused, workloads more visible, and we could finally have real conversations about trade-offs. We're too busy became, here's what we would have to let go of in order to take this work on. As I mentioned, it also eliminated duplication. So before Monday Work Management, we would regularly have multiple people working on the same request, just because that stakeholder emailed several people and they all jumped in. Now we have a clear owner, context, and timeline for every request. It changed how we worked. But even more than that, it changed how we think. So today, that request for a Cheetos analysis would start through our shared intake process. Stakeholders submit requests through a simple Monday Work form. It's where every project starts. That request then routes directly to our command center, which is the heartbeat of how we operate, and where leadership can see exactly what's in play. That project is then spun up from over 20 tailored templates, each customized for different types of our team's insights and analytics work, spanning research, segmentation, A/B testing, shelf planning, and more. The projects are then assigned to sub-teams within our command center. This, in turn, triggers automations to create project boards within our sub-team portfolios, all connected in one ecosystem. And from there, portfolio views show project status, strategic alignment, and workload, linking those sub-team activities back to the broader team. No more silos. Everyone from analysts to executives has visibility into what we're working on, why it matters, and how it's progressing. Monday Work Management didn't only help us manage projects. It helped to elevate our role from order takers to strategic advisors. Now, let's talk about something very real for us, shelf space. We don't just send a bunch of product to a retailer and expect them to find room on the shelf for them. In our industry, shelf execution is everything. Each shelf in a store has been carefully planned in what we call a planogram. Miss a planogram deadline, and you lose your spot quite literally. That means lost revenue, disappointed shoppers, broken trust with retailers, and missed opportunities. But getting one product onto a shelf is far from simple. It takes collaboration across our retail partners, multiple internal teams, like demand planners and analysts, and even global contributors. Planograms are designed based on analytics that determine not only which products belong on a shelf, but how much space they should have in order to satisfy shoppers, streamline supply chains, and increase relevance at a store-by-store level. And the scale for this is significant. We produce over 800,000 planograms annually in the US alone. It's an iterative, agile process that requires real-time updates and seamless coordination. And it's why we rely on Monday Work Management to manage the entire flow, end to end, from initial input to shelf execution, to make sure that we deliver high-quality work and on time. We track every layout design, deadline, and update through the platform, and non-license holders submit time reports through work forms. Dashboards show progress and flag risk early. And most importantly, the entire ecosystem of contributors, regardless of their physical location, is working in sync. What we've built is a safeguard for execution, enabling us to hit 100% of our critical execution targets. And the ripple effect is clear. We consistently have better collaboration, stronger retailer partnerships, and more predictable outcomes. As we matured our workflows, we needed a smarter way to manage bandwidth. With hundreds of overlapping projects, resource strain isn't just possible, it's constant. If that Cheetos request comes in late, unexpectedly, or gets flagged as high priority, we now have the dashboards to model that impact. We can factually answer questions like, who has availability? What's the trade-off if we reassign? And what other projects have to shift? We use Monday dashboards to map planned hours versus actuals across the team. We can view capacity by role, by week, and by initiative. And if someone is trending or forecast to be over their limits, we know it before it becomes a problem. This level of visibility has been a game changer for us. Prioritization meetings now run on real data, on the facts, not on gut feel or emotions. Teams can make informed trade-offs, and we're able to deliver on our most strategic initiatives without overextending ourselves. Put simply, Monday.com helps us protect our people and our priorities. What started as a team-level solution has now scaled across our North America Insights and Intelligence team and beyond. Our success with Monday.com became a model. Our executive leadership immediately saw the benefit of having real-time visibility into our work, especially in those cross-functional forums where insights were previously invisible. And this was not a push from the top-down type of rollout. It was a pull strategy. We showed the value by working differently, more aligned, more responsive, and more strategic, and it spread. And just as important in this expansion, we gave teams autonomy. We provided structure where it mattered, offering freedom within a framework and shared metadata for reporting and flexibility everywhere else. We didn't force conformity, we enabled consistency. Now, whether it's stakeholder meetings or executive reviews, we're speaking the same language. So a year ago, that Cheetos request might have lived quietly in a notebook or in someone's head. Today, it's tracked, owned, and visible. Every major initiative now has clear owners, clear milestones, and clear outcomes. And this extends beyond the project work. We now run our one-on-ones, our QBRs, and our team meetings off of Monday.com. And for a team that operates in the background, often quietly powering high-impact work, this visibility has been huge. It's helped us to build trust, to secure resources, and to showcase not only the strategic value that we offer, but to enable team recognition and celebration, which we love to do. So if I've learned anything over the past few years, it's this: stability, it's a myth. Whether it's market shifts, consumer behavior, or internal priorities, change is the constant. And the teams that succeed are the ones that don't just react to that change, but are built to move through it. For us, Monday.com was not just a platform decision. It was a leadership decision to give the teams the clarity and the systems that they need to be resilient. My takeaways: first, design for adaptability. The work is going to evolve, so your tools have got to be flexible. But they also need guardrails so that people don't get lost in the complexity. Second, visibility builds trust. When your team can see the why behind the work, they move faster and with more confidence. And when your leaders can see what's in motion, they can advocate for you. And third, impact. It's your loudest argument. In times of uncertainty, clear results cut through the noise. Start small, show proof, and let the outcomes build your case. Because in this new work landscape, your edge is not just speed. It's the ability to lead with purpose through complexity. So as I said at the start, PepsiCo is in the business of creating smiles and delivering great products. My team is in the business of delivering insights that make those products and our partnerships stronger. With Monday Work Management, we've built the infrastructure to scale that impact. We've moved from reactive to proactive, from invisible to visible, from chaos to clarity in a high-stakes market. Thank you.